Today's question is, what is Sword and Shield doing at this time? And for the most part, Sword and Shield is also going up in value with the exception of one set. Now, all four of these charts have the Sword and Shield sets in them. In this chart here, we have Silver Tempest, Crown Zenith, Lost Origin, Astral Radiance, Brilliant Stars, and Fusion Strike. And this is the price chart where you can see the value of the sets. And it's kind of hard to see just how much growth they've experienced. And that is why we have to go to the percentage change view right here. This is where we can see change. And as you can tell, all of these are now more expensive than they were before. And Crown Zenith is this line because Crown Zenith has seen the greatest amount of growth in comparison to all of these sets, actually. So since April 26th, it has gone up almost 30%. And that is crazy. Now, in my chart here, I can switch it to a table view pretty easily. Just click that. And you can see the trend and the current percentage changes all in a nice little table. And they're all green because they all actually went up. Lost Origin went up about 23%, well, currently 22.8%. Silver Tempest, almost 22%. Astral Radiance, almost 19%. Fusion Strike, 17%. Brilliant Stars, almost 14%. Pretty darn good. This chart here also shows us a growing upward trend for pretty much all of these sets except for one, which is this bright green line here. This is the worst one. This is Celebrations. It has gone up, down, up, down, up, down. It's like no one really knows what value Celebrations should be. I'm sure it's higher than it was many years ago when it first came out, but it looks like it's struggling to maintain a hold. Everything else is doing well, and that even includes Battle Styles. Battle Styles is 10.8%. Since April 26th, Chilling Reign is 16%, Vivid Voltage 8.3%, Shining Fate 17.3%, Pokemon Go 13%. And then this chart here shows Darkness Ablaze, Rebel Clash, Sword and Shield, Champion's Path. All of those have gone up. And then this one here is Evolving Skies. This too has risen in value, currently at about 18.7% change, positive change since April 26th. And that's where you find the Moonbryon, plus a whole ton of really, really cool, what are they called? Secret rares? Is that what they were called? And I'm sure you know what cards I'm talking about. Regardless, Crown Zenith is really the crowned winner in this race of value, seeing the greatest amount of positive change. Almost 30%. At its peak, it was 30.5% change. And this is why I kind of think Crown Zenith is probably going to be like the next Evolving Skies. It actually has a decent amount of awesome cards. And I've actually been shocked that the prices for those cards have been pretty low for the longest time, even after the Pokemon boom, like 2 years ago, or almost 2 years ago. But these are the cards that I'm talking about right here. I love this card stats view because you can see the stats and the images of the cards all in one tile. So in this table here, I have the Crown Zenith cards. They are arranged by price, and the most expensive card is Giratina V-Star. That's the one down here. This chaotic looking, incredibly confusing, but really awesome artwork gold card here. $420. The second one is Mewtwo V-Star. This is the one over here. It features Charizard, and both of them are duking it out because of course they would. And then Arceus V-Star is this one, and followed by Palkia and Dialga, that trio. And we also have Leafeon, Glaceon V-Star, and oh yeah, Darkrai. That's right, Darkrai right here. And we also have Mew here, which is this card. I replaced Mewtwo with Mew. I'm pretty sure you guys recognize this. This is Mew peacefully sleeping, surrounded by a bunch of Pokemon in a forest. Is this the fish? Barraskewda? I'm confused. I thought the fish is supposed to be in the water. Maybe I'm not looking at it close enough. I need to enlarge this picture. And thankfully I can do that. Make this large image. Okay, that's a little bit, yeah, that's like that Barraskewda, whatever. Or maybe, is it called something else? Whatever, I don't understand. Why is it out of water? It's cute, it's Mew. And then Suicune V Entei, and I know Raikou. Yeah, Raikou's right here. And then we have Deoxys V-Star GG46, which is this one right here. But I hope you could see why Crown Zenith is packed full of so many awesome cards. And Crown Zenith has been a Pokemon fan favorite and Pokemon pack opening favorite because the hit rates were considered really, really decent. And there's so many good artwork that you could pull from this set. Zamazenta V, and then Zacian V, and then you got Lapras, that's the one of the yellow bordered ones over here. Cynthia's Ambition. Oh yeah, Pikachu's, of course. So many good cards. And it has been steadily climbing, as you can see these trend lines over here. There's a couple with a few dips, but no big deal when there's so much green in the entire set. Maybe it's a good time to pick up the ones that are in red. But hey, that could be a good steal for you if you're looking into investing in some Pokemon cards from Crown Zenith or from Sword and Shield in general. Because we all know Evolving Skies is so expensive. Frankly, Crown Zenith is your next best bet. Especially since a lot of these cards are actually under $50. Once you get to Raikou over here, everything is under 50. Apparently nothing is 40 for some reason. Raikou is at 51, and then right after that is the Simisear V-Star at 38. And then it goes down from there. So those aren't bad. Those aren't bad prices. Now in this table here, I went to page 13. Let me go to page 1. I have so many. Okay. I have Silver Tempest, Lost Origin, Brilliant Stars, and Astral Radiance in this table. Let me put in one more. Let's do Chilling Reign. Put Chilling Reign in there. So let's compare all of those sets, which are really uber popular as well for Sword and Shield. The most expensive out of all of them is Giratina V. You guys probably know what that is. $866. That's insanity. Then we have Lugia. I'm sure you guys know where that is. That's from Silver Tempest. $533. And then you got Blaziken VMAX from, I think, this Chilling Reign, and on and on and on. Now, these cards have seen gains as well. But in terms of percentage gain, I think, yeah, definitely Crown Zenith has seen the most. At least the most in its top players. Yeah, in the first 2 pages alone from Crown Zenith, we have lots of percentages that are over 10%. And there's a few that are over 20%. Hisuian Zoroark V-Star at almost 30% gain. Lapras at about 23%. Regigigas V-Star, 24%. And then just go to the next page. We got Rayquaza VMAX, 32.7%. Jeez. Samurott, 31.4%. Altaria at 20.8%, and on and on. Yeah. Versus these guys, the rest of them, a lot of their percentage gains are 10% and under. There are a few that are over 10%, and that's not bad at all either. But if you're going to focus on a particular set, it's easy to just remember Crown Zenith and pick and choose certain cards from there. But I suppose if these cards have small gains currently, maybe there are still bigger gains to have. So many options, honestly. I think about there's so many, maybe too many. But if you're going to focus on Astral Radiance and Lost Origin, for example, well, these are the kinds of cards to look for. We have the evolutions in their VMAX forms like Umbreon and Sylveon here. We have Palkia V, this kind of card, the silvery border textured ones. And then we have Gengar from Lost Origin, basically these trainer gallery cards that have these yellow borders around them. Not all trainer gallery cards are high in price, and I don't expect them to be high in price because some TG whatever number cards are just the trainer. You want the trainer plus the Pokemon. That's really what people are focusing on. Some of them are still very, very cheap, but I don't know how far in value they can go because they are the less popular Pokemon. Gengar is pretty obvious. It's trainers over here. I think these are the 3 Lost Sisters or something. I don't know if they're popular. I don't think so, but Gengar is definitely popular. So pay attention to the Pokemon that is on the trainer gallery cards. Now, the last thing I wanted to look at for fun was Champion's Path. And I forgot what led me to look it up and put on a table, but I wanted to see where the gains were for this set. And well, percentage-wise, some of these cards are doing well. But if you look at the prices, there was a massive dividing line. I don't know what's the best way to put it. There are Charizards. There's Charizard V and Charizard V Max. And this is the Charizard V from Champion's Path, which is the most expensive card in it, $265. The second most expensive is Charizard V Max, which is $231. And I'm going to look at this one real quick. I think I know which one it is. Oh, I cannot type Charizard. Charizard VMAX Champions Path. Is this one? Yes. Yep, this is the one I was thinking about. This one, the rainbow one, is $231. And then the third most expensive card is Gardevoir VMAX at $17. So you see where the dividing line is and how wide that line is. Basically, there's no competition as to who is the most popular and what is the most popular card and character. It's Charizard. I call this the Charizard curse, very similar to Phantasmal Flames, where it seems like the only really valuable card that people really want is just Mega Charizard for Phantasmal Flames. And in Champions Path, the only one that people want is Charizard again. And that is pretty unfortunate for Champions Path. Maybe it's kind of deserved because there aren't a lot of nice cards in Champions Path. I'm looking at this set right now and you got Venusaur V and all that, but it doesn't look like, there's not a whole lot of really special rare cards to find in Champions Path. At least in that sense, Phantasmal Flames is a little better. I do think the artwork in Phantasmal Flames is pretty good for a lot of the cards. It's just unfortunately people are so fixated on Mega Charizard because it's Charizard. But anyhow, that is what's happening in Sword and Shield. They're just going up. In general, they're going up. And it looks like if you want to pick up cards from Sword and Shield, this could be a good time because things are starting to stall, or they have been stalling for a few days, or maybe about a week or so now. They're not really doing much here. Same thing here, same thing here. And I just realized this is why Champions Path was put on a table down there. It's because I looked at Champions Path. This is the red line, Champions Path. And I was seeing these bursts, these spike bursts, boom, like this. And then it doesn't seem to be doing much. And then boom again. And then boom again. And I was wondering why in the world was this happening? And it looks like it's because of Charizard. Maybe there's a buyout. It looks like there's some sort of buyout here and some sort of buyout here. And then a continual buyout after that. Possibly a FOMO thing. I don't entirely know. And I don't intend to touch Champions Path. But all the other sets, definitely worth checking out. And if you have a ShinyBinder account, you can have these charts on your own. And you don't have to have me tell you what the charts are going to look like. And the account is free. You just have to have an email attached to it. Then after that, all you have to do is go to the dashboard setting up here and start adding your tiles, which are also called insights. Anyhow, that is all. Hope to see you in the next one.